So thanks again. Welcome aboard here to Cashton, Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions. And with me, I have Ashton Milsna, one of my students at Brookwood, helping us out. And, of course, Ashton, welcome aboard once again here. Should be a lot of fun tonight. Looking forward to tonight's ball game here. I'm going to make sure we got everybody turned up where we hopefully can hear everything. So, and again, if folks don't know, Ashton, your brother is assistant coach here for Brookwood, so that kind of helps us out a little bit.
Yep.
Here's a ground ball. The shortstop's going to pick, and the throw over to first is going to be in time. Good decision there for the Eagles because the runner was already, literally almost at second base. So here is, so Hansen walked. And that was Wong who hit 6-3 on the putout. And who do we have up next?
Evan Klinkner.
Okay. Do a quick check here. Make sure I can hear you.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I'm just barely getting you. We'll work on that. Pitching tonight is Connor Bussler here for the Eagles. Eagles coming in at 4-1, and the Falcons at 3-1, right?
Yeah.
If I remember right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Manning, I don't know if this is a good thing. The only loss that Brookwood has had is when I did it with you.
That's right, and it was against Westby.
Yeah. I don't think they've ever won when I did it with you.
You're not superstitious, are you?
Yeah, I might have to.
You might have to be. well, let's not wait. Let's just wait and see. Maybe not. Maybe not. You never know. But that's a pretty good pitch. Butzler, and I believe I'm gonna have to go back in and take a peek here for Cashton.
Right up the middle.
Base hit, and a run's gonna score. So Brookwood will strike first here. Hunsinger is actually going to be pitching today, so the battery mate is Drew. I'm not sure what that last name is. Britzley?
Britzel?
Maybe Britzel, yeah.
Mr. Manning, didn't they redo this field?
They did, yes. Oh, Drew Butzler. Oh, wait, position-wise. Oh, Drew Butzler is catching, and let's see. And Connor's at shortstop, so who's pitching here? Oh, this is Jacob Hunsinger. I said that. Here's a drive.
Foul.
And just out of play. Good effort over here by the left fielder in Ethan Schmitz.
I have a question. What's the line for if it's out of play over there?
There's you see where the permanent fence is in down from the dugout all the way to the light stand.
Yeah.
Then there's that opening, and then you have a couple three panels there of fencing. So that's where the home plate umpire will have to make sure that he gets over there to make that call if it's out of play or not out of play. I think if he could have caught it and his feet still in play, it would have been an out.
Uh-huh.
Well, who do we have up here now, the number 4 hitter?
Duet. I can't think of Timmy Duet.
Okay. You can write their first names in if you know them. I was behind here. We had trouble getting everything up and running. So DeWitt is going to pick up a walk, and that'll bring up our next batter.
Payne Clark.
Payne in the number 5 spot here today. He's moved up the lineup a little bit compared to the last time we did the ball game against Westby. I think he was in the number 7 or 8 spot, I think.
Uh-huh.
Pops that one up, but the third baseman will make the grab. Over at third is Jack Kleba. Oh, I know part of the problem is my headset is going on and off. I hear that myself, so maybe that might be part of the problem if you're not hearing me. It might be giving me fits. Might have to look at getting that one fixed or something. Well, 2 runners on here for the Falcons. Hunsinger with the look. Payne, you said here, right?
Yep. No, new batter.
Oh, new batter. Oh, that's right. Payne popped out.
It's
Kunitz?
yeah.
Jackson? Right? Is it Jackson? I don't think. What position is Jackson today? Is he catching?
Yes.
Number 2? Okay. Chopper right underneath. Well, another beautiful day. Up in the 80s once again. Probably another record-setting day.
Yeah.
From what I've heard.
Yeah.
That'd be 2 days in a row then. That ball sailed upstairs a little bit.
There's a little crowd over there for the softball game.
Yeah, that should be a good ball game. Those 2 teams, both teams have been playing very well, Cashton and Brookwood. Well, there's a swing and a miss. That's going to take care of the inning, but not before the Falcons put a run on the board. Falcons will bring 6 batters, maybe even 7 batters here, 6 batters to the plate, and they push a run across. They'll lead 1-0. We'll take a little break and come back with the bottom half of inning number 1. Falcons up 1-0. Cashton High School, as it's a Scenic Bluffs baseball game, and of course a softball game going on off to our left side. On the mound here, pitching.
Brandon Posh.
Okay. Posh and his battery mate catching.
Jackson Kunitz.
Oh, yeah. Short-term memory again. Taking a look here at the count is 2-0. Here's a smash right back up the middle. And Ethan Klinkner has a base hit to get things started. Well, that was a pretty good swing for the center fielder. Now, his cousin Evan is over at third base, correct?
I think they're cousins.
Uh-huh. Probably he's going to try to get over there for a family reunion, I would imagine, huh?
Yeah, probably.
That's going to be ball high here to Connor Butzler. Yeah, for some reason I'm having a hard time. Well, let's see. Maybe maybe try that. I just turned you up a little bit more. Try that once.
Hello?
Yeah, that's just not, for some reason, having a hard time hearing you. I'll crank that up a little bit. I even gave you my my headset too.
Headset?
Yeah. 1-1 the count. Posh gets set. Quick toss back over to first, and diving back in is Klinkner. Klinkner with a pretty good lead, and he's got real good speed, too. There he goes. Ball's inside. Here comes the throw. It's not going to be in time, and Klinkner is up with a little snap slide there. Hansen covering from the shortstop position, but really had no chance at all there. Here's a little ground ball. Posh picks and flips. Oh, he dropped it over at first, and that's going to have to go down as an error. Butzler on with an error. So an E1 puts runners at first and third now. And here is Jack Kleba. Kleba, the right-handed hitter. Runner taking off. They'll step off, but no play there. Butzler, you got two of probably the fastest baseball runners in the conference, and they're 1-2. And that's what happened right there with Klinkner and Butzler for Cashton. Now with runners in scoring position, 2 RBIs sitting out there. Kleba takes one upstairs. Posh taking a look as he goes into the stretch and comes in firing. And, boy, you know what? On that one, looked like he took a little something off from it there, Ashton.
Yeah.
That ball sailed away from Kleba. Ashton, can you tell us who's playing at first and second, the number 3 spot?
Timmy DeWitt.
And who's at second?
Doug Wiles.
Okay. Here's a shot. Nice line drive, and they're going to get a double play. All you got to do is just touch the base. There you go. Good job there for the Falcons on that one. Boy, that was a heck of a shot, though.
Yeah.
And Hansen got up in the air to make the grab. He flipped it over to Evan Klinkner at third. He must have stepped over the bag and went to try to tag him then.
He just wanted to tag his cousin out.
Yeah. Here goes the runner down. That is Butzler. He'll sit on the bag. Still runner in scoring position here for the Eagles. They're trying to tie it up with 2 down. Just wound up getting hit into a double play, but it was a tough one. It was a great line drive. But Brady Hansen ranged up into the air to make the grab and flipping it to third for out number 2. And a call strike 3. Posh drops one in there, and it's a curveball that will be out number 3. No runs on 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. We will take a break and come back with more here from Cashton in a moment's time. Well, back we come, and now we're going to be able to listen to. Here's Ashton Milsna, and who do we have coming up here for the Falcons?
Braden Posh.
Boy, you are loud and clear now.
Yeah.
My goodness. I'm going to turn you down. Posh, the pitcher. I'll let you take this one. You do the play-by-play, buddy.
Ooh. Is that 1-1 now?
1-1, yep. I think so.
I don't have a scoreboard.
Oh, no, it's 0-2.
Really?
Yep. First one was a strike.
Oh. Now it's 1-2. That the same scoreboard for football?
Same scoreboard, yep. Yep.
Do they just change the wording on them?
That's yeah, they did. Yep.
They did?
Yep. So the ground ball, was that a 6-3 or a 4-3 put up?
6-3.
6-3. Okay, I'll let you take care of that part. One down. Who's up next?
Hunter Zimmerman.
Okay. Hunter in the outfield tonight?
Yeah, center field. Right in front of us.
Okay, right in front of us. All right, we'll keep an eye on him. Right in front of us right now in center field is Ethan Klinkner.
Ooh, almost hit the lights.
You can get some pretty good foul balls over here.
Yeah.
If anybody hits a home run to right field tonight, the way that wind's blowing,
Yeah.
they're a stud.
Uh-huh.
But actually now it almost feels like the wind's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
When I first got here about 3:40 or so, this building, it was just like rocking a little bit, because the wind was blowing so hard. Oh, a nice pitch right there. Hunsinger tossed a curveball. What do we got now?
Cashton
Gazda. And 2 down.
Gets a rip in the right.
Back to the top of the order now.
One knows the count. Ooh.
That was a real good swing.
Yeah.
He came right straight across. Just couldn't catch up to that one. 2 down, 1 on.
Ooh, 1-2.
Yeah, Hunsinger came in with a pretty good fastball. Well, that takes care of the inning with the strikeout. And what's our line score on this one, would you say?
Huh?
Our line score?
Line
so
score.
no runs
Yep.
on one hit,
hit.
and
Nowhere.
1 left on base.
Oh, yeah.
And no errors.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, we'll come back with more in a moment. Stepping in from the left-hand side, it's going to be Henry Brigham for the Cashton Eagles. Takes the first pitch here from Posh down low. Posh holding on to a 1-0 lead here as we're in the bottom of the second inning. That looked like it was going to be a curveball, Ashton, but it just didn't break.
Yep.
Kind of hung outside. Came back, and that one was upstairs, so Brigham is going to pick up the walk. The Eagles have the leadoff hitter on base. Here's Drew Butzler, the catcher. Freshman catcher here, too, by the way. Right-hander watches the first pitch go by for a called strike. Here's a ground ball. This could be two. There's one. The relay is in time. Well, the pitcher's best friend is that double play, and that was a tailor-made one as the ball went right into the mitt here of Brady Hansen at short, and he was only about 6-7 feet away. He was able to make the flip to second. The relay spot on, and there's two down. So a 6-4-3 double play. Take the runners off the base path, and here is Ethan Schmitz now. Schmitz watches the first pitch for a ball. Second one low and away. Ball two. Well, another beautiful day as we mentioned. And, of course, for us, or for me anyways, Ashton, this is the third ball game of the week.
Yeah?
It was kind of surprising. I actually do not have a ball game tomorrow night anywhere, and it's still going to be relatively nice, in the mid-70s. But if there's ball games to be had, they're all away. Chop that one foul. Schmitz trying to get on board here and keep the inning alive. He sits at a 2-2 count now. Posh trying to get out of this inning. Low and away from the feet. And there's a call, strike three. Posh got that one on the outside part of the plate. No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. It's a 1-2-3 inning for that Falcon defense as they come through. And coming up here for the Falcons, Ashton, what is going to be their lineup when we return?
It would be Wong, Klinkner, and Kunitz. No.
DeWitt?
Yeah, DeWitt.
DeWitt's coming in. All right. So it's the 3-4-5 part of the order. Back to Cashton we return. And for the Falcons, who sit at 3-1, 3-0 in the conference here in the Scenic Bluffs, Ashton, out in front of Cashton at 4-1.
This might have to do with a lot of conference play.
It's surprising, yeah. They started out with that non-conference that we did, and Brookwood has been pretty busy. Here's a drive. Who was that now?
Owen Wong.
Wong, okay. He hits one out here to Ben Grandel in right field.
No, Evan Klinkner.
Okay.
And Bob Flight to shortstop.
Good talk there between Drew Butzler and third baseman there in Jack Kleba. So 2 down.
Now Timmy DeWitt.
Hunsinger. Two quick outs for Jacob Hunsinger here.
Yeah.
Hunsinger works rather quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah. He would do good with the MLB pitch clock.
Mm-hmm. Thank goodness they don't have that in high school.
Yeah. That'd be miserable.
It would be. Pop up again.
The third baseman this time.
And in foul territory, that was Kleba making the grab. Well, the line here, Ashton.
Huh?
That line?
No hits, no runs, no man left on base, and no errors.
A 1-2-3 inning once again. How about that? Pretty good. All right, we'll be back with more in a minute. Second inning over there, and we're in the bottom of the third here. Softball game going on. Starting things off, we're still in the 8-9-1 part of the order here for the Eagles. That means Ben Grandel. Up the bat here, right-handed hitter. Right fielder here. He's had one play today, and he's able to make that grab. Swung through that one. He now is trailing in the count at 1-2. Well, the weather changes a little bit next week. Not quite as nice a weather as what we've been seeing.
Not at all.
Not at all. In fact, on Monday when there's some games, the high is slated to be around 55. There's a called strike 3. Posh caught that one on the inside part of the plate, and Ben was not able to make the turn. 1 down. Yeah, even though the weather changes, going to be a lot cooler, but things are still going to be heating up when it comes to conference races and trying to get all these ball games in from the previous couple of weeks when we had so much rain and snow even. Hate to even say that word.
Mm-hmm.
But they are talking some potential snow flurries on Sunday.
Yep.
Rain and snow. And I think the temperature, the high was low 40s or something like that. That ball sliced foul. Dylan Heff, second baseman. I guess I failed to mention that. Oh, a beautiful curve right there. Dropped in and locked Heft up. And it's a second called strikeout here in the inning. 2 down. Back to the top of the order with Ethan Klinkner, who started the ball game off for the Eagles with a big hit right back up the middle. The lefty will try to do it again. Takes the first one upstairs. It's a right-handed pitcher versus a left-handed hitter. 2-0 as that stayed up high. Well, Posh was able to get 2 quick strikeouts, but this time he walks the leadoff hitter in Ethan Klinkner.
I don't think that's a guy you want to walk either.
Yeah, he's dangerous when he's on base. He's going to be looking to try and pick up a stolen base or 2. And you got another lefty in Connor Butzler following him, who has also got speed and makes real good contact. There goes the runner. Throw is behind. And just like that, you got somebody in scoring position. Cashton trailing 1-0 here. Klinkner will get his lead. And here goes the throw, and he's going to slide in safely at third. There's a called strike. That looked like a good curve. Butzler was going to watch that one, though. Looking for one that he can drive. Maybe just punch back up the middle. We'll see. That's upstairs. And the count's 3-1. Here's a shot right back up the middle. That'll be a base hit. The ball game is now tied at 1 apiece. Well, that's just the way a ball game is, isn't it, Ashton?
Yeah.
You get 2 quick outs on strikeouts. The top of the order comes up, and they manufacture a run off from a walk. 2 stolen bases and a base hit, and there you have it. It's 1-1. Here's Jack Kleba, your number 3 hitter now. Toss over to first, and it gets past first baseman, and Butzler will make the big turn and stay at second. So there you are again, another scoring opportunity here. That would be a throwing error. On Posh, unfortunately for him. Pass ball. And looking to score. Oh, now they're going to cover. Good job by Posh to realize he needed to get to the bag. Home plate. Well, the go-ahead run, I should say, is 90 feet away. Butzler standing at third. That ball's fouled off. Upstairs, that was up around the eyes. We're sitting at 2-1. Kleba, your third baseman, fouled that one back over the top. Here's the offering. Curveball stayed up high, and it's 3-2. ground ball foul. Well, the Windmills moving right along here now out in Cashton territory, aren't they? I think they were saying the wind gusts were going to be anywhere in that 20 to 25 miles an hour, but I think it's kind of died down a little bit.
Yeah.
As far as the gust, anyways. Oh, there was another great pitch by Posh, and it froze Kleba as he wasn't able to take a turn on the ball. Well, 3 strikeouts in the inning for Posh, but in the middle of all that, first 2 strikeouts looking, third strikeout was looking as well, but after number 2, there was a walk, a hit, and a run scored. We're tied at 1 apiece. Top half of the 4th inning, and we're going to turn the mic over to Ashton Mills now.
Penn Clark's up.
Swung through the first offering there.
That one just picked up a little bit there.
It did. I was just talking about how, pleasant it seemed, but then it decided to say,
Oh, there's my phone.
That was your phone?
Yeah.
I was worried for a minute what that was.
2-2's the count.
Okay.
Little dribbler. Safe. Pass ball there at first base.
I think we're going to give him a base hit on that one, though.
I think he was safe no matter what.
Yeah. Payne can really move. He's got good speed.
Now Jackson Kunitz.
Kunitz, the catcher, if I remember right.
Yep.
Okay. That was a high, long foul ball.
Yeah.
Where are we at with the count now?
2-2 again.
Okay.
Pass ball. And Payne goes to second.
In a 1-1 ball game, here is another opportunity for the Falcons to retake the lead. They held on to it 1-0 until the bottom half of the third when Cashton picked up a run to tie things.
Second. No, I had to be third. Yeah, third.
So they get a walk here. Nobody out, right?
Correct.
Hunsinger doing the pitching here as he finds himself in a little bit of a pickle now.
Pass is up. Oh. Don't think I've ever seen a bunt go that high.
It really did. It popped all the way up over the backstop. Right idea here, though, to try and sacrifice the runners over Oh, that one came in, and I think, did it hit him?
Yeah, but he was already doing it.
It did hit him.
I guess it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Bases are loaded.
Well, now it is a big jam here for Hunsinger and the Eagles. Nobody out.
Hunter Zimmerman's up.
And the infield, most of the infield comes in a little bit. Short and third. Over at second base, that is Heft. He's still staying back, and they hit a shot foul down the first base side. Boy, I tell you what, that one could have been some trouble there.
This is a deep field.
It really is. You're right. I'm not sure how deep, like center field. It's got to be.
I feel like it's pretty much just like Wilton.
Like 380.
340.
It's only 340.
340 in Wilton.
Okay. All right.
Jeepers, Mr. Manning, it's high school, not MLB.
Well, I tell you, you never know.
Besides, like those big schools where they know people can hit home in center field.
That's true. You get some of those Division I schools, right? You get some big boys in there. This could be trouble. Oh, it goes foul. Hunsinger is in a good spot here, yeah, with that count. What was it again?
0-2.
Okay.
Another fly ball.
Just
backwards.
He's hanging in there.
He needs to hit him forward.
There you go.
Ball.
Well, Hunsinger he can afford to work the edges a little bit.
4-3.
The softball game?
Yeah, in the third inning.
And who's up?
I have no idea. Cashton, I'm pretty sure.
Cashton is? Okay.
Jeepers. How many fly balls we going to hit this at bat?
He's battling.
I'm out of balls.
Yeah. In fact, the umpire needs some more baseballs. He's calling for more. He says, I'm all out. They had a couple of guys running after those foul balls. They're bringing them back in now.
Runs in to score. Safe at first and runner out at second.
So they do tie the ball game up.
Now they take the lead.
So it's a fielder's choice.
They would take the lead.
They do. That's right. 2-1 now. And it's a 4-6 put out for the runner that was at first base going to second. So who was batting?
Hunter Zimmerman. So
now? Or he was batting?
He was batting.
Okay, so that's the fielder's choice. That's not a base hit. So FC for him.
Yep. We got one.
Here's a ball hit, and they're going to get the out at first, but another run will score here while Ashton is doing the paperwork.
Just at first?
He got thrown out. It was 6-3 on the put out.
Okay.
And now we have a lefty coming up here. Is that Posh?
Hanson.
Oh, Hanson. Oh, we're back to the top of the order?
Yeah.
Holy smokes.
What happens if I go back to the player who started the inning? Do I just move on to the next inning?
If that happens, I'll show you what we'll do there.
One hit. Only one hit through all of this. And now it's still in base. Oh. Kunitz scored on that one, too.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they're up by 2 now. Brookwood is up by 2. There's a pretty good smash. That's going to get through.
Now it's going to be 3.
We're going to give him a base hit on that. That was a hard shot. And it bounced right around the feet of Heft. He just couldn't get to it.
Jeepers. Long inning.
It is a long inning. You're right.
Now Owen Wong.
Wong, the righty, taking off. Here's a throw. It's not going to be in time. So Hansen picked up an RBI. And Henry Brigham will take that one himself. He made that rather easy.
Yeah.
Well, the line score on that one is going to be pretty tough.
No. So.
Okay.
2 hits.
2 hits, all right.
1 walk, 1 hit by pitch, 2 runs, 3 runs?
3 runs.
3 runs?
3 runs, yes.
Oh, 3 runs. My bad. Whoopsies. And then...
1.
1 runner left on base.
1 left on base. There you go. All right, good job. We'll come back with the bottom half of the 4th inning here in a couple of moments' time as they warm up out on the field. Well, they're ready to get things going here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Let's take a look for the Eagles, who have their work cut out for them now. It's Hunsinger, Brigham, and Drew Butzler, the 4, 5, 6 part of the order. Taking a look here.
4-5 Cashton over there now.
Over in the softball now?
Yeah.
Wow. That's quite the ball game.
Ooh.
That ball rode in pretty high. Nearly clipped Hunsinger in the shoulder. He was able to turn out of the way.
Strike.
There's a strike. Yep.
Now that wind turbine's really going.
Mm-hmm. That ball's low and away and pops away from Kunitz.
Nope, that's a strike, Mr. Man. Come on now. Get your eyes fixed. That's a strike.
A strike.
A strike.
Let's see if Hunsinger can get on board here for the Eagles. He hits a shot down here to left field. Good job hitting-wise. He just had a nice, easy swing on that one. Came across with the base hit. And the Eagles have their leadoff hitter on base. Here's Henry Brigham now, the lefty.
Big lefty.
Big lefty. Plays first base.
Who's the baseball coach for Cashton? The head coach.
Coach Marino.
That's who it is?
Mm-hmm. That ball stayed upstairs a little bit, apparently.
They called it a strike.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay. I missed that. I'm going to have to get new glasses. Here's a shot for a base hit. Right down the line, they're going to get the runner over to third base on that base hit as the throw comes in. Well, Cashton trying to answer back. They get something going here now. In the bottom half of inning number 4, they trail 4-1.
Pinch runner.
They're going to get
courtesy runner.
Yeah, courtesy runner. Let's see if I know I have that somewhere here. If we can get the number 20, was that 21? 21, that is Brady Wells, I believe, down there. So the pinch runner coming in for Brigham, and then Brigham will re-enter. This, by the way, is Drew Butzler. Well, Drew, the last time up, only time that he's been up to bat, hit into a 6-4-3 double play for outs 1 and 2 back in that second inning.
Wasn't it 6? Wasn't it just 6-4?
No, it was 6-4-3.
It was?
Yep. Yeah, it was a ground ball to Hansen, who was coming towards second base, and he flipped it.
That one.
Yeah. It was a real nice turn.
I wasn't sure if it was the one where...
Oh, the line drive?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was earlier.
Yeah.
Pretty good strike right there. And Wells, he gets down to second. He made it a little interesting because he didn't slide, but nonetheless, he was able to get there. Ball is actually on the third base side of the play. So now Cashton with a couple of runners in scoring position here. And Butzler, let's see if he can come up with a base hit here. Boy, that would be huge for the Eagles. That ball sailed away. And huge for Drew, especially after winding up hitting into that double play in his first at-bat. He's got a chance for an RBI here. Maybe even 2. Three and 1 to count here. Fouled that one off. Out into the parking lot area. That ball was playing pinball with some of the vehicles out there, Ashton.
Yeah.
I'm parked out behind here, so.
Smart.
Yeah. That's experience. Another foul ball. Posh is set and he's ready to go. That one goes away for a walk, and the bases are now loaded, and still nobody out. Here's Ethan Schmitz. Schmitz was caught looking on a called third strike to end the second inning. That was after the double play ball from Butzler in that inning. Yeah, that was just a killer for the Cashton offense. And, of course, on the flip side, the Falcon defense was pretty fired up. That one stayed up high and inside on top of that. Posh on that one was just watching when he came back to the mound, Ashton. He's kind of shaking his arm a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Just wonder if he's getting a little bit tired, especially with the heat and everything. And the count is sitting at 3-1. So all of a sudden, he's kind of thrown a number of pitches in this inning. And still nobody out. And now a walk. And that's, yep, a run scored off from the walk. Picking up the RBI was Schmitz. And here comes Coach John Hansen. He's going to come out and have a quick word here with his pitcher. We'll take a little break and do the same thing. We'll be right back. Well, not a very long conversation out there on the mound. Probably more of one of those where Coach Hansen is saying, all right, nobody out, fire strikes, let your defense work. And when it comes to that, it's up to Ben Grandel for Cashton to try and keep things going. And he can keep things going even with an out. It just depends on if he can get a run scored on it. There's nobody away. It's now 4-2, the score. Brookwood out in front. That ball knocked down. Now the runner, this is going to be a tough one. He is going to be out. Wells got a late jump on that one. If Wells goes right away, then
he's probably safe.
He's probably going to, he's going to be there without any trouble. But he hesitated and then took off, and that was the tough one. So that's going to go down as a 2-1 put out at home plate for out number 1. The runners will move up a bag, though, so there's still runners in scoring position here, second and third for Grandel. But now maybe a little more pressure on him to put the ball in play. That one's fouled off. Well, you hate making the first out at third or maybe even at home in this case. The backstop is a long ways away, but the ball never got to the backstop. On that previous play, Butzler was actually able to kind of knock the ball down a little bit and keep it from going all the way to the backstop.
Kunitz.
This is Kunitz? Or Kunitz, I'm sorry. You're right. Kunitz, I mean. I was behind. I'm inning off. Jackson Kunitz. Well, Posh is going to walk Grandel to load the bases up again. Two walks in a row, and now two hits in a row, Ashton, and then 3 walks. That ball sailed away. Inside, I have a feeling that if Posh walks Heft here, that with the top of the order coming up, we'll probably see a pitching change. That's low and away.
Four to 5. Bottom of the 4th.
Okay, for the softball game. Well, there's the walk. And here comes Coach Hansen. Couple runs in. Bases are going to be loaded, and the top of the order coming up. We're going to have a pitching change as Brady Hansen is going to get the nod. We'll come back with more in a moment's time. We'll give him a chance to warm up. To the Cashton baseball field where the pitching change has been made. Brady Hansen comes in to pitch. It's a straight switch And Braden Posh goes to shortstop. And the opening pitch here to the leadoff man in Ethan Klinkner is in there for a called strike. Hansen wasting no time on that offering. Bases loaded with one down. Curveball staying outside. 4-3 your score. You think about it, without that play from Kunitz, this game would be tied up right now.
Mm-hmm.
That ball rode in a little tight. Hansen is set, and here he comes. Swing and a miss.
What a pitch you probably should not have swung at.
It was that's one of those where it's up around the eyes, and it just looks so big that you think you should be able to hit it. Well, that ball dropped down low under the strike zone. Again, a good job by Kunitz to keep the ball in front of him and not let it get through. That ball is in on the hands, fouled back. And I believe, let's see here, we should be at a full count. We are. Big lead at second. Check swing, fouled that one off. Yeah, he realized just a little bit too late that ball was way upstairs. Klinkner, the leadoff man, though, I tell you what, he is an aggressive hitter. He's going to get after things. 1 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored. Oh, and a called strike 3. Posh came in with quite the bender, and it looked like it dropped right in on the letters. 2 down now. And here's Connor Butzler. Butzler 1 for 2, on with an error in his first at bat, and then a solid RBI single back in the third. He can cause some damage here right now with a base hit. And with 2 down, the crack of the bat, everybody's going to be hustling. And the runner over here at second base in Ben Grando, I mean, he's taken a huge lead. He gets all the way over by Posh. There's a ball hit towards third, Posh, and they're gonna knock it down. That's gonna be an infield single. I think did Klinkner get to it?
No.
Or did it get in between him and was
in
it
between?
in between? All right, so we're gonna give him a base hit. A run comes across here. Getting the RBI is Connor Butzler. And we're tied up. Here's Jack Kleba now, your third baseman, number 3 hitter. He's going to slice one into right field. That's going to score a couple of runs. One coming across. Here comes number 2. And Kleba comes through with a big hit. Kleba slicing that one to right, and I do mean slicing. Butzler winds up at third. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Well, here is Jacob Hunsinger now. Runner taking off in Kleba, and he's going to make it down a second without a play. Hunsinger can really open things up here even more with a base hit. If he comes up with a hit here, Ashton, that would be a second hit of the inning.
Was he the one who lead it off?
He swung through that one. Curveball stayed upstairs a little bit. That might have hit him. I think it did.
Mm-hmm.
So hit by a pitch. Well, bases loaded again. And here is Henry Brigham. Brigham came up with a base hit. And then had Brady Wells come in and pinch run for him. Wells was thrown out at home on one of those kind of start, stop, and then start again, and it was too late on the restart trying to score from a pass ball that Kunitz was able to knock down and made a nice flip to Brandon Posh, who was pitching at the time, or Braden, I should say. Swing and a miss. But again, with 2 down and a base hit here, will score 2 runs. Hanson's upstairs on that one, though, Ashton.
Mm-hmm.
There's a strike. Fouled that one back. Had a good cut at a fastball. Right around the belly region. There's a little stroke. This is going to be a base hit. Out to left center. Here comes 1, now 2. And the ball gets away from Posh at short. They'll track it down. But Henry Brigham with another base hit in the inning. That's his second of the inning. And he's going to pick up a couple of RBIs out of that one. Hunsinger is all the way over to third now. Seven runs coming across in this inning, Ashton. It's been a bit of a nightmare for Brookwood. Here's Drew Butzler. Drew walked in this inning and scored a run. That's in the dirt, knocked down by Kunitz. That's the one thing about a catcher. They just know that they're going to get, beat up behind the plate.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to have that strong mentality that you just say, nothing's going to bother me. That one gets away from Posh as it's in the dirt, and a run will score. That was Hunsinger scoring. 8 runs now in the inning. That was actually was that ball 4? It was ball 4 as it got in the dirt. Butzler, as the catcher, is going to be taken out for a courtesy runner here. That way he can get his gear on. Brigham down at second base. Swing and a miss by Ethan Schmitz. Well, this inning almost feels like a half an hour.
Yeah.
We're probably not far from that. There's a strike. That one hung up high. That one basically behind Schmitz. Kunitz had to get out of the crouch right away.
Yeah.
Otherwise, runners would have been at second and third. Hansen with the long look, and here he comes. And swinging through that one for out number 3, Schmitz goes down on a pretty good cut. Well, let's take a look here. 8 runs coming across in that inning. They get those 8 runs on. There's
Come on,
4.
Mr. Manning.
I know. Put the pressure on, right? There's 4 hits. 4 hits and 6 walks in the inning, 2 left on base. The Cashton Eagles will retake the lead here now as they sit on top 9-4. Well, coming back here, Ashton, we move to the 5th inning, and Brookwood's got their work cut out for them.
Yeah. Yes, they do.
Trailing 9-4 now. Who do we have up?
Evan Klickner.
So it's the 3, 4, 5 part of the order.
Yes.
Well, if anybody can get a jolt out of a baseball, it would be him. He had a couple of nice shots against Westby down at Wilton, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
To look and see, that's not Hunsinger pitching, I don't think, anymore now.
Number 3.
Number 3.
3 or 9.
That's Connor Butzler pitching now. And Hunsinger has gone to shortstop, so they made a straight switch.
It's a walk.
That was a fastball that literally stayed underneath the knees, but it was it was kind of a BB of a throw.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a straight shot. You didn't see the ball, take a nosedive or anything. He just threw it low. Well, who's the lefty up?
Tim Dewitt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the wind's picking up a little bit again.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got that one in for a strike, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. 1 and 2, so yeah.
Okay. Well, a strikeout there. DeWitt going down swinging. This ball popped foul out of play.
Payne Clark's up.
Okay. Klinkner moves down to second base off from the pass ball. I don't know if that would be a wild pitch or not. Maybe it was. Ooh, checked his swing, but that was a strike. Butzler coming in with a pretty good fastball. Well, let's see what Payne can do. He got fooled on that one. He wanted to swing, and then you could almost see the body language say, no, that's going to be inside, and then it broke with a curve for what, out number
2.
2, okay. Who do we have here?
Jackson Kunitz.
Oh, okay. He kind of tomahawked that first offering. Curveball not in there. Butzler, I tell you what, he's coming in with some pretty good fastballs here.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Called strike 3. All right. Back to you with the line score.
1 hit? No. Not even 1 hit.
Not
0
even a
hits.
hit? Wow.
No runs and 1 runner left on base.
Sounds good. We'll take a little break and come back with more here. We move to the bottom half of inning number 5. Back we come here, and we're going to take a look here at the let's see. We are at the bottom of the 5th, and it's the bottom of the order, 8-9-1. That ball's going to go up high. Swing and a miss. Yeah, you're right. If Cashton has another big inning, this ballgame could be done. They score 5 runs. That it could be all over. Called strike 3, though.
Every inning that the Falcons have played this year, they've not had a full single game because they've either 10-ruled someone or got 10-ruled.
Is that right?
Yep.
That's an interesting note. Good piece of information there. That one's going to right in tight off from Hansen's first offering to Dylan Heft. Well, we started at 4:30 because Brookwood has their National Honor Society banquet tonight. I think they moved the time back to 7:30, and they're going to be hard-pressed to get home by then. We're past 6 o'clock right now. Swing and a miss. You just never know in these kind of ball games because Cashton was trailing 4-1, and they scored 8 runs in the 4th inning. That ball stayed high. Trying to think here. I want to check and see. They scored those runs. Well, they didn't get a... Let's see. They scored... see, 6 of those runs with 1 out. So they really did a lot of damage. Fouled that one back over the top of the screen. Hard ground ball. Third baseman Klinkner drops, picks it up, and throws. It is not in time. That's going to have to go down as an error if Evan picks that up clean. It's going to be an easy throw for the out. As it is, it's going to go down as an E5. And back to the top of the order here. We're going to get a pinch runner coming in now for Dylan Heft, the second baseman. Ethan Klinkner steps in. Center fielder with Connor Butzler on deck. Top of the order here. This is where Cashton can be real tough. A quick toss over to first. But the courtesy runner back in. Hansen, he's going to go back to first again. He must have sensed that the runner was going to take off there. He almost had him leading the wrong way, though, didn't he?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
That's low. Chapped foul. Well, we hope you're enjoying today's broadcast. Hope you're enjoying the weather as well. I think we got one more nice day. Pleasant day tomorrow. Well, let's take a look here. The count is 3-1. And now it's ball four. Well, Klinkner worked a walk. And that's going to put runners at first and second for Connor Butzler. Butzler today, 2 for 3. He's been on base all 3 times. The first at bat he was on by an error on a throw from Posh. Ball gets away momentarily. Posh pitching at the time, he threw to first and threw it past the first baseman, allowing Butzler to get on base. That's going to stay high. That ball bounces away from Kunitz, and then he dropped it. Everybody will be safe up a base. Ball pop foul out of play. I hear a lot of yelling going on over on the softball side there.
Six for Cashton in the 6th.
6th inning, okay. We're in the bottom of the 5th here. He swung through that one.
They're 1 full inning ahead of us.
Yep. Well, Butzler goes down swinging. Here's Jack Kleba now with 2 away. Third baseman and your number 3 hitter. That's a tough lineup, those first 3 hitters, the first 4 when you look at things. And Henry Brigham at number 5 has a couple of hits already today. Then you got the freshman and Drew Butzler in the number 6 spot. Cashton's with a solid lineup. That ball gets away from Kunitz, but no advancement. Swing and a miss. It looked like he took a little off that one, and Klebo's out in front. There's a called strike. This ball is lifted out towards center field. It's going to drop in for a hit, and 2 runs are going to come across. Kleba coming up. It looked like that one caught him in on the hands, but he muscled it up over the top and into center field for a single. Two runs coming across here. 11-4 now. And it's Jacob Hunsinger. Toss over to first is not in time. Runner taking off, and he's going to have that one easily in Kleba. Hunsinger out in front in the count at 2-0. Takes a cut at this one right down the third base line, and it's going to be Klinkner, and the throw is not going to be in time. He beat it out. Wow, I'm going to give him a base hit because it was a good stretch. It might have pulled him off the bag, but we're going to give him the benefit of the doubt there. And let's see. Down to third goes Kleba. Well, runners at first and second, and now stepping off and a throw back over to third, not in time. Hunsinger picking up the stolen base here. Well, Henry Brigham has a walk and then 2 hits in a row. Looking for number 3. He can get a couple of ribbies if he gets that third hit. Well, he took a good cut there and it went foul out of play. Off to the right side there. Pulled the string and he's out in front. Brigham came up empty. 1-2 the count now. Hanson in control. Wasted one upstairs. High fly ball out here to center field. It is caught for out number 3. That will end the inning here as Brigham put a little charge to it, but just came up short of a home run. Well, a couple of runs coming across in the inning. The Eagles get those 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 2 runners on base. It is now 11-4. Cashton, we move to the 6th. Well, back we come here to Cashton High School, and they lead the Brookwood Falcons by a score of 11-4. We're going to turn the mic over to Ashton Milsna as we move to the top of the 6th.
Oh, little dribble by Braden Posh. Out.
Pretty good throw by Jacob Hunsinger there to get the out. That ball is going to stay upstairs. Who do we have stepping in?
Hunter Zimmerman.
Oh, okay. Swing and a miss on that one. Oh, that was the 3rd strike. I didn't realize that.
I guess so.
They snuck one through there on us. Who do we have now?
Cashton Gazda.
Okay. Bottom of the order here. It was a 7-8-9 for Brookwood. Ooh, I heard that ball hit something.
Uh-huh.
There's some vehicles back there. That probably wasn't pretty. Soft little toss there by Butzler, and that will take care of the inning here. Well, Ashton, you're going to have an easy line score on this one.
Yep. 0 hits, 0 runs, 0 left on base.
We'll be back with the bottom of the 6th here after a quick break. Drew Butzler is going to step in to start things off here for the Cashton Eagles in the bottom of the 6th inning as they're on top 11-4. Ooh, that one right in on the bill. Pushing them back. Well, if they get 3 runs here, Ashton, that would end the game also.
Uh-huh.
Otherwise, we're going to go to the top of the 7th, see what happens. Non-conference softball game that we might be doing, I might be doing tape delayed tomorrow night. Didn't have that one on the schedule, so I'm not sure if that was a makeup game. But it's Viroqua taking on Kickapoo, a couple of area teams. So I might have to get down to Viroqua to do that game. How about that? On Saturday, looking for, there's a youth volleyball tournament here in Cashton. I'm going to have at least the morning session on Channel 2, probably on Channel 14 as well.
Cashton won over there.
They did, huh?
Yep.
What's the final?
8-4.
Okay. That's a pretty good ball game, actually. Those 2 teams have been doing, both of them have been doing pretty well. I can hear that. Playing the piano. People are going to wonder, do you have a woodpecker on or somewhere on there? Butzler is going to draw the walk. Oh, I tell you. My workers. Butler takes off, and he's going to be upstanding in the steal attempt. Hansen, pretty good pitch there and swinging through. That offering was Ethan Schmitz. In tight for a ball. Yeah, we probably won't have an opportunity now until mid-May, I'll bet. When these two teams play again, they'll play in Wilton. I'll have to start looking at that schedule again. We know that would be a tape-delayed ball game, though, if we're able to do it. No internet down there for us as far as being able to plug into a port. Here's a high shot here, and that is foul out of play. Why? He got around on it. Really took off for a moment there. Schmitz will get another shot at things. Oh, they had a play, and now getting away from everybody and motoring down is Drew Butzler over at third from the miscue. Well, that's going to go down as a throwing error. That has to go against Hansen, the pitcher, as he threw it up a little bit too high. High fly ball. This might be deep enough. Oh, he dropped it. Going to pick it up, and runner's going to score. Yeah, that hit his glove even. Can't really blame that one on the sun. I think it just misjudged it a little bit. That's going to go down as an error. Here's Ben Grandel now. Still nobody out. Another high fly ball out to left field. This one is out of play again. There they are. Yeah, pretty good pitch right there. Dropping in for a strike, and Grandel watched that one go by.
6:30.
6:30 time. Boy, they're going to be, yeah. They might have to put a little hold on that National Honor Society. Here's a big hit right down the line. And let's see, it's going to be a double.
One more run.
Well, they got a chance here with nobody out. The double. Yeah, you're right. One more run will end this ball game. Here's Dylan Heft. Swing and a miss. That curveball bent the hitter back a little bit in heft, making sure his body was away from the ball. There's a little grounder. And bobbling, the throw is not going to be in time. They pulled him. Well, that's going to go down as an error. Pulling him off the bag. I think he might have had him if he didn't get pulled there. Well, runners at first and second. A couple of errors in the inning. Actually, 3 errors now have taken place in this inning, and 3 runs are in. Ground ball foul. Back to the top of the order here, and Ethan Klinkner can end this one. 13-4 your score. Looking for that 10-run rule right now are the Cashton Eagles over the Falcons. Nice job by Kunitz blocking that one down in the dirt. Klinkner today with a couple of walks, 1 hit. He's 1 for 2 today. Ground ball right to the first baseman. The runners will advance for out number 1. Taking that one unassisted. First baseman.
Intentional walk.
With Butzler. That, that kind of makes sense to do that, though. Now you got bases loaded and a ground ball. You're going to try to go home, maybe home and 1, try to get the double play. Here's Kleba, who had a base hit before. That one gets away, and that's going to do it right there. There's your winning run on a wild pitch. Runners are going to move up 1 base. They'll check the score, and that will do it. Well, that's your ball game, folks. 14-4 is your final score as Cashton picks up the winning run on a wild pitch here. We take a look here, Ashton. Falcons scored first in this ball game. They picked up some runs they picked up 1 run, if I remember right, in the top of the first, and then 3 more in the fourth and held that 4-1 lead because Cashton came back and scored in the bottom of the third. But, that bottom of the fourth was just a real tough one as Cashton scored 8 runs in that inning, and they took the lead 9-4, and they never looked back. And they final score in 6 innings. It is a 14-4 victory here in a Scenic Bluffs Conference baseball game, and the 10-run rule put in play. Ashton, thanks for joining me once again. A lot of fun doing this. Good job with things. We're getting things down more and more, aren't we?
Yeah.
So we'll plan on doing another one here a little bit later, sometime maybe in May. For Ashton Milsna, I am Ken Manning saying thanks for watching this Western Wisconsin video production. We hope that you've enjoyed the broadcast today of Cashton Eagle baseball as they pick up the win in 6 innings, 14-4 over the Brookwood Falcons. We'll see you real soon somewhere on the diamond. Have a great weekend, everyone. Take care.